I'm here at the Crown Plaza with Kevin Smith, GOP candidate for governor, as the start of the Republican event for women is about to begin. Kevin, what brings you down here to this event today?
Well, I'm coming down to honor the Woman of the Year, and that's Phyllis Woods. And Phyllis has done a great job in the Republican Party, and you know, it's a pleasure for me to be. I've known Phyllis for some time. She's a great woman, and it's a great event to be at.
Now, I've been told by several people here that an event like this puts to the lie the Democrats' line about a war on women. How ridiculous is the concept of a GOP war on women?
Well, you just said it. It is ridiculous. And the fact of the matter is that the GOP has many great women, many talented women, such as this one right here.
In fact,
Karen Hutchinson right here, who's been a state rep in Londonderry for many years, and
thank you.
Just one of the many great women that the Republican Party has.
Thank you. This is Jane Longa.
Nice to meet you, Kevin. We're doing an interview right now, but that's okay.
Well, that's quite all right. You're
right in here. All right. You're welcome.
So as you
can see, we have many great women in the Republican Party, and you know, all one has to do is come up and get involved, and they'll see that women have very much a role to play in the GOP in New Hampshire as the men do. So it's a great, robust group that they have here.
All right. Why Kevin Smith for governor?
Well, look, I've got the best plan to bring new jobs and new industry to the state of New Hampshire. I'm the only candidate that has put out a specific plan to attract new jobs here. Things like lowering our corporate tax rate, bringing down the cost of health insurance, bringing down the cost of electricity rates, making government more accountable and more transparent to the taxpayers, and also how we're going to keep more of our young people here. We're losing too many young people in the state of New Hampshire. They'll stay here if the jobs are going to be here in the state, and I've really put out a very pro-business, pro-jobs platform.
Now, one of the things we've noticed nationally is a lot of places that had been so enthusiastic for Barack Obama have cooled dramatically. The polls have been shifting in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Minnesota. How are things looking in New Hampshire? Does it look like we're going to see the GOP winning not only the State House, but the state in general for Mitt Romney?
Absolutely. I fully expect Mitt Romney is going to win New Hampshire. Look, Mitt Romney has a very proactive, pro-America, pro-jobs message that he's been putting out there, whereas Barack Obama has no message. The only message he has is why Mitt Romney is such a bad candidate, and you know, he's attacking his business record. That's not going to fly with most people. People want someone that's been successful in business. So I fully expect Mitt's going to sweep up New Hampshire.
Now, Senator Ayotte is going to be the keynote speaker today. There has been talk about her as a vice presidential choice. Any opinion on that?
Well, look, I think she'd make a great vice president for our country, but I actually kind of hope she continues to be our U.S. Senator here in the state. Senator Ayotte's doing a magnificent job here in New Hampshire, and we couldn't ask for a better U.S. Senator than her.
Hate to lose something that you have good. Now I've got to ask you, now I'm from Massachusetts, so I have to ask you the question I always ask.
That against you, by the way.
That's fine. I have to ask you this question that I ask any person going for office in New Hampshire. I drove up here this morning. I noticed that the roads were paved. I noticed that there weren't bodies in the streets. Yet somehow you do this without a sales tax or without an income tax. How is it that New Hampshire is not this wasteland and you manage to do this without a sales tax and income tax while Massachusetts, we're Massachusetts?
Yeah, I mean, we believe in accountable, responsible, frugal government. The fact of the matter is that we here in New Hampshire know how to do a lot more with a whole lot less. And we really believe in limited government. We believe in letting people keep their paychecks, keep the money that they earn, their hard-earned salaries in their pockets by not having an income tax. One thing I will say is this, though, is that New Hampshire does have the 5th highest corporate tax climate in the entire country, and that's where Massachusetts does have an advantage. And I've said I'd like to be Governor Deval Patrick's worst nightmare, because I want to steal jobs, poach jobs out of Massachusetts and bring them to New Hampshire. You know, New Hampshire is second in the country per capita on the amount of people that commute out of state every day to go to work. And we got to make sure that our citizens are both living in New Hampshire and working in New Hampshire as well. And we're going to do that by making New Hampshire a much more business-friendly state than Massachusetts.
And if people want more information about your campaign, where can they go?
They can go to kevinsmithforgovernor.com. Again, that's kevinsmithforgovernor.com. You can find all about my economic plan right on.
Hey, Kevin Smith, thank you very much for your time, and good luck.